Thanks for stopping by. I want to review the book Chopper Optional Recipes for the Recently Toothless. Let me tell you, the purpose of my presentation is, first of all, to let you know you aren't alone. I also want to show you there's a way that you can eat real food even without teeth. And I maybe want to have you leave feeling a little more hopeful. So I want to give you some hope and encouragement. And as far as what you'll learn, well, it's the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth. I'm going to give you a brief history of my denture adventure. I'll also speak about how to eat real food without teeth. I'll tell you the role of a denture co-pilot. And I'll give you a couple of simple recipes that helped me during my first days. I'm going to tell you about special offer on my books. And then how to stay in touch, your next appointment. So, who am I? Well, my name's Donna. And here I am, BD, before dentures. I'm at the Grand Canyon with my husband Rick and our dog Jack. We were on vacation. I was happy, but I was trying not to smile because when I did, you could see that I was missing teeth. And then I got dentures. That's a whole nother story that I cover in my book, Denture Adventure, How I Got Teeth for My Birthday. This is me, AD, after dentures. I was on a cruise on Saguaro Lake with my husband. The dog was at home this time. I actually had to learn how to smile again using my teeth. So let me tell you a little bit about my denture adventure, or what I called the 7 stages of teeth. The first stage is chew on this. It's just research, research, research. I researched for weeks online, thought I knew everything and was prepared for anything. I was wrong. The second stage is dumbfounded. It's just relief. Everything is over. You survived the procedure. The third stage is smiley face, where you go, hey, I have teeth. I'm learning to smile. I took lots of selfies. The fourth stage was bite me. Anger and frustration. The healing seemed to be taking forever. The fifth stage is depression. Eating's a bother. I didn't feel like eating. I wasn't interested in food. Eating hurt. But then came the sixth stage. My contrary nature kicked in, and I thought, fear me, food. I'm determined to win this battle of me versus food. Then finally, the seventh stage, teeth truce, acceptance and becoming used to dentures. So, how do you eat food when you can't chew? Well, as you know, there's more to life than yogurt and soup. Anyone who's gone to the dentist has been told to eat soft foods, eat yogurt, eat soup. You can only do that for so long. When it stretches on for months, you need a better option. So my husband came to me one day and said, you know what? Most people don't chew their food anyway. You remember your mom telling you, chew your food. Well, good news. Most people don't. You can still get nutrition with food that doesn't have to be chewed. And this is where Rick's quest came in. He went up and down every aisle in the grocery store trying to find food that I would, not only that would be good for me, but that I would like. And that's why we came up with the Chopper Optional Cookbook. We developed this cookbook because there's so little choice out there. We wanted food that I liked, real food, I called it. And to do that, there was one kitchen tool that we found to be invaluable, and that was a blender. A blender or a food processor, you need something that will chop food. So you could take a pork chop and put it in the blender, reduce it to kind of a ground meat, and it still tastes like a pork chop, folks. It still tasted like real food to me. For, after having to eat soup and yogurt, it was an absolute wonder to be able to eat things like chicken again. So if you don't have a blender, get one. If you can get both a blender and food processor, even better. And one of the things that my co-pilot did was sympathy eat, I called it, where whatever I was eating, he ate it. So if I was having a chicken breast that was ground into small, easily chewable pieces, he ate the same food. He didn't sit there chewing on a T-bone steak. That's very important. It makes you feel like you're not alone. So Denture Copilot is very important. Now, one of the recipes that I first started with became one of my favorites. You take a cup of milk, some water to thin it down a little bit, a cup of ice cubes, a scoop of protein powder, a large tablespoon of peanut butter, and a tablespoon of butterscotch instant pudding, the dry mix. Throw it all in your blender, mix it up. It tastes like a chocolate shake, but it's full of protein, and it's an important part of healing is getting that protein that you need. Another recipe I loved, and another staple during the early days when chewing hurt, I used to eat this cottage cheese salad that I called cottage cheese for cottage cheese haters, because I hate cottage cheese. But you take the cottage cheese, you mix it with your favorite flavor of dry gelatin, a container of frozen whipped topping, and this can be low calorie if you're on a diet. You take a can of mandarin oranges and drain them real well. Mandarin oranges require no chewing. You mix that all together and you chill it at least 3 hours before serving, if you can wait that long. I never could. But again, plenty of protein and it tastes good. Now, if you want more information, more recipes, those are available in my book, Chopper Optional, Recipes for the Recently Toothless. It's a small book because it is packed with foods that can be easily made up. I wanted something that didn't require a lot of prep or a lot of time in the kitchen, because when you're healing, your focus should be on that. I also have the book that I mentioned previously, the year I got teeth for my birthday. It's the journal of my denture adventure. It's raw, it's unfiltered, it's not always flattering to dentists or their employees, but it's the honest series of days and trips to the dentist. It'll tell you exactly what to expect when you get dentures. The real story, not the commercials on TV. And coming up next, I'm working on a couple of books, actually. I'm working on a book about denture co-pilots, kind of a guide for denture co-pilots. And I'm also working on a book, Chopper Optional 2, more recipes for the recently toothless. It's going to be an expanded recipe book, but I do encourage you to start with Chopper Optional for some alternatives to yogurt and soup. So if you want to be notified when that next book comes out, definitely send me your email. If you'd like a copy of the 2 recipes I shared today, just make a note in your email that says, please send me those recipes. I will get them out to you. And any emails I send to you will just be if there's a new book, if there's a new video on Facebook, anything new, and you want to be notified of that. I promise no spam, just a way to keep in touch. So send me your email. My address is chiwowmedia@gmail.com. The address is on the screen, and I hope to hear from you. Drop me a line, let me know about your own adventure, and I certainly will try to answer that in a timely fashion. So that's it, folks. Thanks so much for coming, for listening to my presentation. Feel free to follow me on Facebook. I'm on facebook.com/Donna Wiley Author. I share poetry there that I've written. I share pictures of Jack. It's just a place to connect. Hope to see you there. Hope you'll check out my books. And get out there and smile.